Late in the afternoon of May the 7th, 1429, an exhausted French army regrouped after another failed assault on the fortress of Les Tourelles. It was to be the last desperate bid to break through and relieve the English blockade of the city of Orléans. The weary French soldiers stood at the critical moment of the bloody and bitter 100 Years' War against the English. Orléans was the gateway to the south. If it surrendered, there was little to stop Henry VI and his English army from sweeping through the whole of France. But if it held, then there was still hope that the dismal fortunes of France and the Dauphin, Charles VII, might yet be revived. Nonetheless, the French captains were now ready to suspend the attempt. Time and again they had raised their scaling ladders against the Tourelles, only to be flung down, beaten back by a storm of arrows and blows from axes, maces and lances. But just as they were about to sound the retreat, a woman on a black charger and wearing a full suit of plate armour came galloping back to the fray. She had been wounded earlier in the battle and had withdrawn to a nearby vineyard to pray. On seeing her, the French spirits revived. Joan's voices had spoken. Return to the assault before God, for the English will have no more will to defend themselves, and their Tourelles and their ramparts will be taken. Joan of Arc seized her standard bearing the words Jesus Maria, spurred her horse, and flung herself against the English. Inspired by her, the French soldiers closed in once more on the Tourelles. Miraculously, the tide of the struggle turned. Engulfed in a tide of French arms, the English fled, jumped into the Loire or surrendered. The siege of Orléans had been raised. To her countrymen, Joan became a saviour sent by God. The honour of the reign, the light of the lily, the splendour, the glory, not only of Gaul, but of all Christians. And to history, she became Joan of Arc, a unique woman of action, a courageous heroine, and a universal champion of freedom and truth in the face of oppression and adversity. But to her enemies,
she is a depraved woman, a sorceress and a witch. She has been sent here by Satan, and she must burn for her sins. You stand accused of sorcery, divination, superstitious practices, heresy, sedition, disturbing and inciting the peace, inciting to the shedding of human blood, and blasphemy.
I am a good Christian. As for the charges brought against me, you must refer to our Lord.